Greetings to everyone joining us for this preview. It is pre-recorded on Wednesday for the Thursday meetings, 22nd of June, where racing is in Gauteng. Vol Classic track on Thursday. Joining me in studio, great pleasure to have Alistair Cohen in town. Firstly, Alistair, how are you doing and how's things going?
Yeah, Sheldon, wonderful to be here. Lovely to link up with you and see you face to face rather than just voice to voice. Lovely to be down in KZN. Obviously, Thursday is going to be very busy with this meeting at the Val. Hopefully, the meeting at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth takes place after all the rain they've had in the Cape for the last month, and then also busy with the Hollywoodbets Durbanville gallops in the morning. So everyone disperses out of Hollywoodbets Greyville straight after the gallops. But yeah, actually, I don't mind this card. I think there could be a little bit of money to be made. One or two horses I like at a price.
Right, let's get straight into the action. The first race, 12:30, 1,450 metres, and we'll kick off straight with the banker. Alistair has got a suggested bet, which is a buy pot. The current betting, number 5, One Religion, and number 6, Rose Greenhow, are both priced up at 2-1, and then number 2, Katira, at 5-2, with the form update finishing second. Alistair, in the first race, number 6, Rose Greenhow, with Diego de Gavea aboard. This is your opening leg banker?
She's held in high regard, Sheldon. On debut, she was expected to go a lot better. I think it's well documented that Stuart Pessigrew doesn't line them up first time out, so there'll be natural improvement to come. It might look like a weak piece of form. Takama Pearl took a very long time to win, but Rose Greenhow looked very wet behind the ears, very green, and I think going from the inside track to the free-striding Vol Classic track will stand her in good stead. I expect a lot of improvement to come, and I expect her to be the horse to beat. There was a ton of talk for number 5, One Religion, on debut. The money was there. She ran a flat race. I spoke to Roy Magna afterwards. He said, no, wait for her to go a mile plus. So the step up in distance likely to set her up. I'm not convinced about the form line of number 2, Katira. First of all, she needs to make it back to the race course just a few days apart, and she ran second in quite a weak maiden on Sunday at Turffontein. So I think number 6, Rose Greenhow, will take all the beating in race 1.
There we go, banker in the opening leg of the bar pot. Let's move on to race number 2, over 1,450 metres. Bear in mind they are around the turn, so definitely the draws come into consideration. Looking at your selections here, 1, 3, 5 and 10, 4 horses in the bar pot. And when it comes to the betting, number 10, Storm Ahead, is 22-10. Number 5, Long Swords, at around 3-1 with number 1. So let's firstly touch on the runner from the Candice Dawson yard, number 1.
Yeah, overdue Nazare, came down to Hollywoodbets Greyville last time, beaten by a horse who I think is going to be above average in the form of Savantrix, ran past Nazare as if he was standing still. He's ready to win. He's going to win one of these days. He's found a pretty competitive maiden here. I like to believe he'll be in the mix. I think the horse they all need to beat is the other 3-1 shot, number 5, Longsword. Interestingly enough, Sean Terry has accepted him to run in the Golden Horseshoe on Hollywoodbets Durbanville Day. Whether he gets in or not remains to be seen. I know Sean likes this horse, the son of William Longsword, because he sent me a message just before they loaded on debut saying, watch my horse, bad draw, but keep an eye on him. Second start, went to the front in the Winter Juvenile race. Might have bitten off more than he could chew at that particular stage of his career. Keegan DeMello on board. Expect better. Expect a lot from number 5, Longsword. 3, Battle of Kursk, has been on my radar for a while. Probably got more of a place chance than a winning chance. And then Storm Ahead. I know the second horse came out and won the form of Hawkbill. He didn't win all that convincingly. Storm Ahead stayed on nicely on debut. The added trip is likely to stand him in good stead. But I think number 5, Longsword, might at this stage of their careers be a little bit more forward.
Well, I like the way you think there, because I think the 3-1 Long Sword, I'm going to have a bet on the nose here. Took on 2-time winners last time out, and as you mentioned, was quite free in the running. Has a good draw, top rider, top stable. Number 5, Long Sword, could just be the bet in race number 2. As we skip along to race number 3, this is over 1,450 metres once again, as you can take a look at the runners, the riders and the jockeys along with the weights. Number 9, Lady Elliot, is the ruling favourite at 12-10. Alistair, the first run, when beaten by Cullinan Blue, a number of winners from that form line, and then last time out, a promising second.
Behind a nice horse trained by Candice Dawson in the form of Just Be Lacquer. There was a lot of talk, a lot of money for Lady Elliot last time. She was undone by a horse that's going to be targeting the 1,200 metre race on Gold Cup Day. I think that from draw one, it's going to be pretty uncomplicated. I can't see much going wrong. She obviously stepped up from her debut, which, as you mentioned, out of a good form line, a good juvenile form line on the half felt. I don't see much else giving her trouble. And I very nearly backed up with number 8, Fairy Circle. I called her run a week and a bit ago. She stayed on strongly behind Jasiri, finishing just in front of Empress Game, who I think is a winner in waiting. But I'd like to see Fairy Circle maintain that form going over 14.50. She might well do so, but I think number 9, Lady Elliot, very hard to beat. I can't see her missing the first 2 for the bar pot.
There we go, top 2 for the bar pot, and that's good enough if they run second. Obviously, if you're having a bet on the nose, you want them to come through and win. Race number 4, 2,000 meters, so they will be extending the distance here, and this is going to be a little bit of a test of stamina for those horses who enjoy a bit of ground. Alistair's gone with numbers 1, 6 and 10 in the bar pot, and at the early time of recording, number 7, Castle Corner, is scratched. Now, Alistair, you got number 1, Jet Dynasty. We'll get back to that in a moment. Number 2, You Can't Hurry Love. The Habib stable had a winner the other day, and they were elated. I think they said it'd been 3 months since they've had a winner, so hopefully the dry spell can end. And I just thought at around 12-1 in this company, this could be a nice place and an each-way play.
I'm so frustrated with You Can't Hurry Love, Sheldon. I can't begin to tell you. A once high merit rating of 114, ran second the South African Classic, so got the green light in his year. He's now down to a 79. I mean, surely he's going to get close, if not winning. But I've been watching him with his rating sliding, and I'm not quite seeing enough. But I don't know, maybe Samanga Kamala can draw some blood on number 2, You Can't Hurry Love. It has been a lean spell for Fabian Habib. There'd been a lot of seconds leading up to that win with iStar at Hollywoodbets Greyville on Monday. He's a pick 6 inclusion, but I'm more than once bitten, twice shy with number 2, You Can't Hurry Love. Interesting race, because my horse number 6, Banner Bridge, was unlucky last time because it was a walk for the first half of the race, and Keegan DeMello rode a horse called Breeze Over, who ran second, and he hastened it up going up the hill, nearly stole the race. It was a shrewd ride by Keegan, but in the process he killed Banner Bridge, shoved Banner Bridge out the way, and he ended up covering far more ground than anticipated. JP van der Merwe, I believe, will be riding at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. So Raymond Danielson, I think, is going to take the ride at number 6, Banner Bridge. The 4, Mambo Camtesio, came out and won on Sunday. The horse who finished just behind Banner Bridge, Over to You, has come out and won. It's a powerful form line from number 6, Banner Bridge. He finished in front of number 1, Jet Dynasty, last time. The weight suggests he should do so again, although Jet Dynasty's probably a better horse at the VAR than at Turffontein, so he's in my bar pot. And then on a line through Over to You, number 10, Total Surrender's got to go very, very close as well, because Banner Bridge and Over to You finished next to each other in that run on the 1st of June, and Over to You followed up and just beat Total Surrender. So on indirect lines of form, the improver number 10, Total Surrenders, ought to go close. I think the winner comes from one of those 3 horses, and then for the pick 6, 2, You Can't Hurry Love, 4, Ryan's Dream, and 9, Silvano's Song, all go in.
Excellent, that's race number 4 as we head over to race number 5 over the mile trip. So they'll do battle over 1,600 meters. And just taking a look at the anti-post betting, number 4, Avon Toasters 5-2. Number 3, Escape Archers 3-1. Number 1, Crimson Princess is at around 7-2. Now you've gone with numbers 2, 4 and 6 here, Alistair.
It's a tricky race, this, Sheldon. I think Gavin Larina's going to ride number 2, Admire Me. That's the talk. And she's doing very nicely at home. She's been scratched the last couple of times, but she's now sound, she's well. And on her run to none other, then she's a big player. She's not going to need it too badly. She has had a gallop going into this race. Just hoping that she's not biting off a little bit more than she can chew on her first run back. But she'll go well. If you like number 2 Admire Me, put her in, a very good each-way chance. 4, Avo and Toast, interested to see how she'll go with blinkers. There's a line of form with number 3, Escape Artist. She's got Escape Artist absolutely stone cold. She should turn the weight around with 2 kilos to play with. 1.5 kilos to play with, and with blinkers on, if there's any upward momentum from the improver, number 5, Avo and Toast, I think she'll be the one to beat. Number 6, Trentino, was a lot of talk for her last time over 1,800 meters. I don't believe that was her right trip. Coming back to 1,600, out of draw number 1, expect better from number 6, Trentino. So 2, 4 and 6 in a very open race. 1, Crimson Princess, for what it's worth, was scratched from her run on Sunday, obviously with an eye for this race. So leave her out of your pick 6 and jackpots at your peril.
There we go. Keep a close eye on Crimson Princess. That'll take us on to race number 6, 1600 meters the distance. Number 1 October Fair is the 5-2 marginal favorite from number 4 Luna Ballad. And then we have number 2, Say Yes, at around 4-1. You've gone with numbers 1 and 11 in the bar pot. Let's kick off with number 1, October Fair from the Sean Terry outfit. She's won 2 of her 6 runs to date. Looking at her last victory, very impressive. Went up 6 points in the merit rating department. Do you think she's going to find it tough with the 61 and the 11 draw?
Yeah, those are things against her, Sheldon, but got to like the way she won last time. She was fluent. She hit the line running. I would attribute that to her being a typical Silvano, in that she was just probably a later developer, and off a rating of 81, even though she got £6 for the win, Island Beauty wasn't disgraced on Sunday at Turffontein. There were a few horses of this level that were in and around her. I think she'll defy top weight, and I think with DeMello on board, there's no one else who you would like to have from a bad draw. So I think number 1 October Fair deserves her place at the top of the board. I'm surprised that she's at the price that she is. I thought she'd be a little bit shorter. I understand the disclaimers with her, but I think that she's going one way and the others are in their place. My value in this race is number 11, Della's Sword. Last run over 1200 meters was an absolute setup. I'd like to believe that she'll be better off and fitter with that run under the belt. It is her second run after a lengthy layoff, but off a lightweight and from a good draw, I can see her being the money spinner in the race. I think she'll run the first 4. I'm hoping she gets into the first 3. She is my swinger, my exacta horse, number 11, Della's Sword, and at a price I think she'll run quite nicely.
So there you have it, Alistair's value selection, Della's Sword. So a horse worth throwing into all your calculations and definitely into each and every exotic. Race number 8, which will bring down the curtain on the race meeting at the Vol Classic. 1200 meters, so it will be around the turn. So take note of the draws. Number 1, Cold Hard Stare, the daughter of What a Winter, currently 5-2 with a 4 draw, 61 kilograms. Keegan DeMello, she's won 3 of 5. So Alistair, 50% win strike rate.
Yeah, she's going to be a hard horse to beat in the last race, Sheldon. Despite top weights and despite carrying an £8 penalty, she destroyed Rockets Red Glare last time. Rockets Red Glare is no pushover. On the 8th of April, there's a line of form here. Cold Hard Stare finished, what is that? That's a length in front of Rosara, and Rosara's got about 4 kilos to play with number 1, Cold Hard Stare. So that really brings number 8, Rosara, into the picture. My worry about Rosara is that she's had so many chances where she looked well teed up and failed to get the job done. I think that this is the day for Rosara to potentially turn it around with number 1, Cold Hard Stare. But I can only have 2 horses winning the race. Big Eyed Girl going 1200 meters for the first time in a long, long time. I'm not mad about. Celtic Rumors, I think, needs further. 4 Princess Philippa, no-show last time at Hollywoodbets Greyville. There are a few in here. Kayla's Champ actually announced form update for her running a week ago. That was a nice run showing some life. This will be one of her last runs. She's retiring at the end of the season. Golden Aspen, best in the soft. And the others, just probably have a little bit of work to do. So 1 and 8. I think there'll be 1-2, but I'll go with number 1, Cold Hard Stare, because I think she's developing and maturing at the right time.
There we have it. Nice to have Alistair Cohen in studio, usually on the line. He's in town as we build closer and closer to the Hollywoodbets Durban July. Looking forward to the gallops, and obviously the week building up to the big race day. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to bring up the suggested bet for Alistair Cohen. He's gone with a bar pot. Alistair, if you want to go through your bar pot, they'll bring it on screen and give the viewers your lowdown. 3
of the last 4 suggested bets that I've put on the show have won, for what it's worth. Excellent. And Dees and I combined for a big pick 6 on Sunday at Turffontein, returning 25 grand.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You've got some money to play for now.
Phew, thank goodness we needed it at this time. So Banker 6 in the first leg, Rose Greenhow. By 1, 3, 5 and 10, I think I'll double up there. Nazaro, Battle of Kursk, Longsword and Storm Ahead. By Banker 9 in the third leg, that's Lady Elliot. By 1, 6 and 10, Jet Dynasty, Banner Bridge and Total Surrender. By 2, 4 and 6, Admire Me, Avo and Toast and Trentino. And the final leg, Della's Sword, my outsider on the day, to back up with number 1, October Fair, who'll be a hard horse to beat.
Excellent. That's a look at the suggested bet. Best of luck to all of the viewers out there. Have a wonderful day's racing.